Hey, what's up, everybody? So, something a little bit different here. I'm actually trying to step my game up a little bit, slowly and slowly. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm a bit of a Luddite. I don't know if you can kind of tell. It's true. I mean, I'm not really the most tech savvy dude. I'm just much more of I would say, people person, like in terms of like being all on the latest tech and things like that. It's not necessarily me. I'm just putting it out there. But of course, if it's like for work, if I have to learn something for work purposes, then I would learn it. But other than that, I kind of just keep things like pretty simple and basic. Anyway, so we're going to try some stuff. Now that I have an idea of the apparatus and things I might do in terms of reacting to stuff, you might start to see more of these type of videos. Okay. So, I want to react since this is actually a really good video and an opportunity to actually react to some things that have been going on. So let's start with Laila. Okay, so I have actually heard the song. I'm gonna play this, but
Next stop is on the
Layla,
radar
you get the
radio.
honor of being my first reaction, my dear. So this is Mos Def's daughter, and I guess it's just by time, and I happen to do a where to start on Mos Def. If you haven't seen it, feel free to go back and check it out. Not my problem. That's just not my problem. Okay, I'm feeling it. It's not my problem. Beat is dope. Right? So bitch is not my. How could you? Okay, again, it's starting off. I'm going like, okay, cool. We warming up. Beat is dope. I found out that she made the beat, and I'm like, whoa, okay. So there's some talent here. This is Mos Def's daughter. I expect this from somebody of Mos Def's caliber to at least have a little bit of talent. Okay. Now, she's still going. Okay, you're still wearing, that not my problem, right? The way she did that, that's fire. She has vocal chops on some level, right? I mean, it's still very repetitive. Like, it's like, okay, we should have moved on by now. Okay, we get it, not your problem. But what else? What do you gotta tell us, right? So let's see what she says. Still there, still there. Okay. 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 Passion fruit and God with juice. Like that. That's funny. That's some TikTok type shit. But again, that's one of them type of lines that it works now and it works for children, right? Especially on that TikTok era. But 5, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I don't know how serious she's taking this music. If she's performing that, that's it. It just takes you away from the song a little bit, right? It's like this is kind of kiddish. You know what I'm saying? Again, the difference between our era and this new era is that these kids now are very focused on the now. They really are in a way that if you look at rappers interviews from the 90s, the Nas's, the Mos Defs, they were trying to make music that would rock 20, 30 years ahead. They say this themselves. I mean, I'm not making this shit up. And it's obvious. You listen to it, you're like, yeah, that's why sometimes they didn't even put the dates in their song. Or if they dated the song, they did it in a way as almost like an autograph, right? Like 94, rugged and raw. Like they did it in a way to make you go like, yeah, like almost like an old photograph type of thing. You know what I'm saying? To market as something special. But they weren't doing it just date themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like whereas now, these artists, it's so trend hoppy that they're quite happy to just date themselves all the time. And it's pretty frustrating. Anyway, let's go on. Okay. So here's the problem, right? It's not my problem. Again, you've got a dope hook. Again, dope beat, dope hook, dope vocals. But the problem is it's super repetitive. The song doesn't go anywhere. Okay. Already we're back to the chorus. That's insane. I mean, this song is barely started, right? And most of this was chorus to begin with. And so I want to say just, man, like this is my issue with I don't want to put Layla is going to be the spotlight on this in a sense, but I wouldn't make this video if Layla had zero talent. I would have just obviously ignored it and been like, whatever. Subsequently, I I guess I'll tell this story. and this is a perfect example. So there was a girl, I think Gillie the Kid has a daughter who is doing music or whatever, and she happened to get a Timbaland beat. I'm gonna see if I can actually find it on here. I don't even remember the daughter's name, unfortunately. It was some sort of like Timbaland Gillie's daughter. Let's see if that comes up with anything. Um, I didn't even know it was really Gillie's daughter. Or maybe I did and I wasn't really paying attention. Oh yeah, this girl. What kind of name is this, man? His name is trash. Anyway, sorry, but it's just not very good. It's an internet shit. So let's see here. I think this was the song. Let me play this.
Let's do something different. Is this
Uh-huh.
thing on? Pink edition. Let's go.
Yes, this is the song. I like this beat. I actually think this is one of the better Timbaland beats I've heard in years. You know what I'm saying? Right, right away, you're like, okay, what's going on? So So I made this comment, and I probably say beat is decent, but the girl killed the vibe, swearing and talking about dumb shit, which I agree. Let's see here. Don't hate the player if you don't like it. Blah blah. This is probably Gillie and his bots, and I say this because, anyways, I follow Timbaland on IG, so I saw this and I was just like, wow, like you're somebody in the industry. Your father is Gillie. You have connects. Obviously, this is how you got onto this Timbaland beat, right? So you have connections to this music shit. You have the opportunity to speak and make music about real shit. And you choose to write, oh, fuck you, fuck bitches, fuck niggas. Like, give me a fucking break. Okay. The subject matter, you completely desecrated the beat. It doesn't even sound hot. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds lazy, right? Timbaland and his crew put in the work to make a beat that's actually pretty decent. You should use that as your opportunity to springboard into some new shit. Because had she actually killed this, I could see this record being played. The young might like it, even some of the old, because we're not that old, right? Like people in their 40s can probably play that shit and be like, yo, I like this record. I don't know who this girl is, but I'm feeling her style, right? And I feel like it was a waste opportunity. And I said that. And again, this is my issue with nepotism in music and art in general, is that a fair amount of these individuals are kind of lazy when it comes to their approach. In fact, in a way, they're lazier than people who are trying to enter. And that's the frustrating part, because it's like, yo, with your access to the game and the people that you know, you could come out with something incredible, right? Right? Like, I mean, it's easier for you. Just at least meet the damn bar. But they're even below the bar a lot of times. So, anyways, I made my comment. I don't remember what the comment was, but it was essentially to that essence of, yo, this beat was cool, but this girl did not kill it. Okay? It's just my opinion. And I stand by that opinion. Now, Gillie, like a cornball, hits me up in the DMs. Okay? I'm sure I have the DM saved somewhere on IG. So he's like, fuck you, nigga. Yo. And look, at that point, if someone hits you up personally, this is the thing where I find like, and I'm putting Gillie's business out there. But if you hit me up personally, right? I've taken a shot at your daughter online. Okay, fair enough. That's how you feel. Again, it's not personal. I don't know this person. I'm just looking at the music. But even if you feel like it's a personal shot, I try to take them away. Say, look, listen, it's not personal. I'm not here for beef, and I don't critique music to get into arguments with niggas. I'm not gonna put your shit up on blast to get clout. Like I'm a music dude, and at the end of the day, I do these videos for fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm a screenwriter at heart. That's really what I want to spend my time, and I spend my time on, not analyzing whack ass niggas and rap music and shit like that. Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? I do this because obviously I love y'all. I do love rap. I'm obsessed with rap, so it's fine to talk about the shit. But my point is, I'm not here for clout, and I know like most people on the internet, or especially in the rap game, clout is what they're about, but that's not me. Anyway, I try to be very civil to Gillie, and I was like, look, listen, if you took it a certain way, I apologize. That's not even how I was going about it. I was just saying, look, and I broke it down the way I would break it down to y'all. Look, here's an opportunity. She could have really put her energy into saying something more positive. We need that. We are suffering out here. Black folk are suffering out here. Everyone's suffering out here, but we are suffering out here. You know what I'm saying? So why not take that beat and at least learn from this so that, you're her father. Like, have her just put in a little bit more thought into what she's saying, especially since she does have the connection. She might be getting better beats and all that kind of shit. Fuck you, nigga. Gillie and his simple minded ass kept going. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, look, listen. Dude was like, oh, fuck your teeth. That shit could, was funny to me because it's like, look, listen, man, I'm 40. Like, what you gonna say about my teeth? I haven't heard going back to grade school, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, my teeth, this is ancestor shit. Like, this part, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break it down for you. So this gap is ancestor shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Igbo. This runs in my family. Ain't no way I'm getting rid of that. You know what I'm saying? This is straight from the motherland. So if you don't like it, I mean, kill yourself. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things are just traditional. They rep me. You know what I'm saying? And this is a whole nother conversation because my father's a dentist. But the thing of the matter is that when you see black folk who are very scared about their teeth and they're very insecure about their teeth, a lot of that stuff has to do with white people and the way that they're projecting how white people's teeth are to a certain extent. That full row of teeth, or whatever. That's again, it's white beauty standard shit. I'm not saying that there aren't black people with perfect teeth. There absolutely are. A fair amount of people in my family got it like that. A lot of these things are genetic, right? And there are some white people with fucked up teeth, but there is a certain way that African teeth are or black teeth are versus white teeth. But that's a whole nother conversation. Okay. Anyway, the point is that if you're gonna go and stoop that low and talk about nigga, you broke, blah blah, all this shit, it's like, look, listen, man, who do you think your audience is? Right? The truth of the matter is that I'm wealthier than most of the black audiences. I'm gonna be, statistically, let's be really honest here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even trying to flex on that kind of shit because I don't have money like that at all. But what I am trying to say is that the truth of the matter is that a lot of us are struggling, and that's partly our fault, and some of it is not really our fault. A lot of it is just predatory capitalism. Blood World, I get into all that. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, don't shit on people because they don't got it. I don't like that. I never do that to people. Okay, and I feel like um it's very insecure. It's a low self esteem way to go about it. So for somebody in the black community in particular to be shitting on people because they ain't got enough money or whatever, I find that as almost like, yo, like, you're the type that gonna sell me out. Like, when it comes down to it. So he got mad, whatever, blocked me. Okay, that's fine, and I didn't talk about it because again, like, the song's trash. So like, why would I even bother? But with Layla, I saw more talent, and I think this is why I felt, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? There's obviously some talent here, and it's being squandered on like stupid shit and generic shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting because this era of kids, and I know they don't make it for me. I'm not in their target audience. I get it, but at the same time, I'm a human being, and even if I was their age, I would find all the stuff corny because there's no diversity of thought in modern rap. Everyone thinks the same shit. It's pretty fucking crazy when you think about it. Right? That's some brainwash ass shit. And you can say, yo, what about the 90s? No, in the 90s we had diversity of thought. You had the Mos Defs, you had the Nas's who were different from the Fat Joes and stuff. And yes, there was you could say the gangster rap was the most popular and took over. But again, even within that, they were talking about different things, clearly. You know what I'm saying? And even the slang was different. But literally now everyone uses the same slang. They have the same phrases. It's just like they literally sound the same vocally. And you're going, what the fuck? And so to me, this is the problem with Layla, right? Sorry for if I'm being a little long winded, but that's essentially what made me go, I got to make a video about this. Because if someone like Layla, who does seem to have some sort of talent, is dumbing herself down, what hope does the rap game and the art game have, really, in the grand scheme of things? I'm going to be honest with you. Because if she, who's clearly more talented, a little bit more, at least a little bit more talented than your average, right? And she's dumbing herself down. Are you really surprised by your sexy reds, right? Or your Griseldas and all that kind of shit who don't have, they could be plants, I don't know, but who don't have the access that Mos Def started, who may not have the intellect? Of course they're going to keep things dumb. And I don't want to see that. I don't like to see people keep things dumb. Mos Def, I'm going to look at this lyric here, but he has a very, very real point, man. I mean, this is Mos Def. Mos Def's one of the smartest rappers ever, right? To ever do it on a big level, And he had this line: "If we smoked out, hip hop's gonna be smoked out. If we doing all right, hip hop is gonna be doing all right." And it's facts. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, like the moment when she was like, "Man, just talking shit, not my problem," all that shit, I just thought to myself, "This is actually literally what came up in my head." And by the way, shout out to Mos Def and that video I did about Mos Def. I did forget, and I saw your comments. Thank you so much for those of y'all who suggested other tracks I might have forgotten. I completely forgot to put Travelin Man, which I don't know how this is an oversight. Well, it's a Honda record, technically, whatever, right? But this is brilliant. This is like literally Mos Def at his peak, you know? Memories live like people do. There's nothing so good or bad. It's just fire. You know the part that I always remember? Um, Baby, don't forget me. I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space, and time. Got a lot of things I've got to do. Look at that, man. That's brilliant. But you know my favorite part of this whole thing? Nah. Oh, this is fire. They're ready to get the papes. There's a foreign lands. Even the mans in Japan knew I am. Man, that's son. Everybody, I'm Nick Fancy. That's fire. That is my favorite shit. Even the mans in Japan knew I am. Man, that's son. And then you put the language in there. Again, this is, you talk about the promise of what hip hop could have been, man. The niggas is rapping in English and inserting other languages in there. This was what we were like. Again, as a kid growing up in the 90s, we thought global with this shit. And now rap has become so fucking local, right? In a way, in terms of the thought has gone so much smaller, right? It's not even like people are showing local flavor of something different. It's like, I'm in my bedroom and I made the song about just talking shit. Not my problem. And it's like, oh my God, how did we get here? Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about this is brief. I'm not gonna play this. But look, remember when I was talking about Cassie and Diddy? I mean, obviously, when I made that video about how I was like, it takes two to tango in abusive relationships, and then literally, I think the next day this came out. I was like, well, yeah, duh. That's why again, I don't really get into this whole like victimhood chic. I think it's pretty corny, honestly. Like, you know, at the end of the day, abusive people, again, there are some people who are unfortunately they find themselves at the hands of an abusive person, and they are wonderful, amazing people, and they get trapped in abusive relationships. I get it. It does happen. It does happen, absolutely. But people also who hang around abusive people and you know are with them for a very long time, there's a fair amount of them that are also abusive themselves, right? And they're, you know, they lack, you know, moral clarity or whatever, and so that's why they're there. And so when they sit and they try to tell me this little sob story about how this other person is such a villain, I'm looking there going like, if you were that, you know, like you kind of sound like you might have been abusive yourself. You know what I'm saying? Goes both ways.